Yeah, welcome back for more Stardew Valley.
I forgot to switch off Jackbox Party Pack. Talos, Principle 2.
Part 2. Point 2.
There
Judgment
we go.
Day.
Okay, that switched over. So we have the DLC, which is a bunch of new puzzle packs.
Okay, I'm back. Oh,
Okay.
the thing loves it is infinite.
That's deep. So
It is deep.
is this like a side story?
They're all side stories of some kind.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure. Everything's a side story if you get right down to it.
Are we live?
Yes, we are live.
Okay.
Okay, so this seems to be afterwards once they're actually exploring
Alright.
the pyramid.
I think that's it. The new body's ready for the transfer. How's the reassembly algorithm?
Done.
Well then, somebody just needs to go in there and disentangle the data. Ah, and here comes our expert.
Cue applause.
It's 1K!
Thank you for agreeing to this 1K.
1K!
Perhaps together we can right an old wrong. When I was lost in my own
Okay,
grief, I
vote
spent a lot of
Azandra.
time thinking about Hypatia and Cerebi. How they found each other, how they lost each other. And how
Cornelius.
beautiful it would be if we could reunite them. For the longest time, it was only a daydream, but not anymore. In the myth of Orpheus,
I
the
hardly heard of
ancient
aliens.
bard descends into the underworld to bring back his beloved wife, who died in a tragic accident. With the power of his music, he convinces Hades and Persephone to free her. But he is told that she must walk behind him, and he must not look back at her until they have left the underworld. And so, of course, in every version of the myth, he looks back. Because he doesn't trust the gods, or because he is an imperfect man, or because he simply forgets. And death is triumphant once again. We've accepted that triumph for a long time, because we had to, because what else could we do? But the world changes, and we are not the frightened, powerless creatures we once were. Perhaps it's
To be
time
fair,
to
I would
say
also never trust a
enough,
Greek god.
and
Yeah.
let Orpheus complete
Oh.
his ascent.
What about Roman ones?
Hades is like one of the more normal guys, actually.
That's why we made a video game out of them.
Yeah, my understanding is Hades gets a bad rep because modern Western interpretations kind of associate him with the devil, when in reality he's just sort of like the
They just
warden.
skipped town and changed
You'll
names,
have to collect
but they're
all
the same
of
jerks.
Cerebi's data
Jonas.
fragments
Yeah.
so that
That's
we
fair.
can reconstruct her personality. I'll monitor you from here, just like last time.
Good luck, kiddo.
It's like Hades has like the most mellow personality, but given that he was the god of death, everybody was scared of him anyway, so I don't think they needed to give him any more personality features.
That's fair.
Okay, looked into the internal messages system. 0.4 users for Robbie. You have 3 unread messages. Cannot access, not goodbye, cannot access. From Hypatia to Sarabi. Subject, not goodbye. I don't know what this is. I don't know why I'm writing this. In all likelihood, you can't even read this, because so little of your consciousness is left and what's left of your battery is dying. They say it's impossible to recover you, and the backdrops were all destroyed. I wish we'd backed ourselves up in New Jerusalem before we left, but space was so limited, and we would have had to wait so long. Except, of course, it's nothing compared to the empty years that stretch before me now. I don't have the words to express what you mean to me. I tried to sum it all up, to say something elegant and beautiful and perfect, and I can't. Maybe it can't be said. Maybe it only exists as days and years live together, a sequence of moments bound together like a string of lights defying the darkness of the sky. I don't know. All I know is that this is not goodbye. It may be the end of you, of us, of who I was, but I will not say goodbye. Love you forever, Hypatia. There is no greater joy than discovering something that you had never imagined. In that moment, you understand that the world is better than it seems. Yeah.
Ta-da. Life is good. Remember that, folks.
Life is good. But it could be better.
It could always be better.
It's been like several months. I need to remember how this works.
Hey,
This
Thomas.
swaps it. I can't do that.
You just gotta believe!
Nice.
I mean, it could just stand here.
You could, but do you want to? I mean, really, though?
Honestly, the middle one might be better. You can do them in any order, but this has very new mechanics. The middle pack is more of the same.
Yeah, but what if I want to do this? I already started this one. Moving very fast.
Faster than normal?
Yes.
Oh.
But the run button, I'm like super speed.
Huh.
Okay, so
DLC seemed to chug graphically harder than the regular game for me.
a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of a stutter here, but it's not much, honestly.
Doesn't look too bad.
I don't think there's anything else around.
I can see a little.
Had to turn on frame generation. That helps.
I can see a tiny little bit of compression crunch, but I think that's just Discord.
See, how else do I interrupt that beam? Oh, that's right. There we go.
When I was born, the first thing I felt was that I was alone. Not that I was lonely, but that I was separate, singular. There was the world, and there was myself, a contained entity. And this sense of separation, of a distinct self, was delightful. Individuality itself was a source of constant joy and wonder. What could be more incredible than to be able to say, I am?
We have the first fragment.
I am Groot.
Everything's looking good on our end.
If you get stuck, I've inserted some code that might help you bypass a few puzzles. It's not the most elegant work I've ever done, but it'll do the job.
Did you read the QR code?
That one had an error message on it.
Yeah, it was junk.
I'm going to show you again.
I mean, that could be a hex string, but
That's probably a hex string of some kind. Although, no, I'm pretty sure it's a hex string.
String that puts a hex on you.
rude.
What am I doing here?
Across the room.
Okay, let me just do this a regular way first.
To a little mouse. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
mouse.
Tiny mouse.
Does the mouse still have the little hat?
Hello, Zeronian. Yes, the mouse still has the hat. Me too. Almost.
I'm about in the middle of the second level pack. Completed this one.
Do that, but that doesn't cut anything off. Going there cuts that one off. That one going there cuts that one off. Oh, what if I just try and connect it straight across?
What if you did, Rick? What if you did that?
Yeah, there we go.
See, I was gonna do the. I was just gonna suggest that, and look at you, great man, think alike. Somebody left their pixels.
As I grew, I realized that the more I developed this sense of self, the more enjoyable it became simply to exist. It wasn't selflessness that improved existence, but refinement of the self. When the ancients said that ego is something to set aside, they got it all wrong. Ego is something to nourish and shape. A work of art.
Especially
I wonder if the
mind
team
ego.
had like a philosophy advisor on team for these games.
I mean, maybe they're just philosophical people. Rick, have you ever read a book called Sophie's World?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, I'm gonna. I might want to recommend that one to you.
You're kind of quiet, Jonas.
Am I? Hold on, one sec. Let me check my levels.
Is that the one that Sophie's choice comes from?
Maybe.
Okay.
Hang on, I'll just manually adjust my gain. Yeah, that should be a little bit better.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. You might like
Accumulators.
this.
Can't see it from here. Wop,
Rick has
wop,
removed my chair
wop,
so I can't
wop,
backseat
wop,
anymore. Rude
wop,
but deserved.
Wop,
Nice.
wop, wop.
What?
I'm trying to
You're a
figure
fish
out
now,
what
Rick.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I have the accumulator. I can. Everything here wants me to block lasers.
Well, that's appropriate. Lasers can hurt you.
Yeah, there
This
we
whole
go.
thing's a work. This is whole thing's a work hazard.
Yeah, it's the theme of the pack.
I'll do it from this angle. That should do it. I can't hold that, so I'm gonna need to get it on the accumulator somehow. Is it just shining the beam on nothing there? What is that thing? Oh.
It's a wajiggy.
The wajiggy.
That's right.
I feel like I'm missing something in this puzzle.
Well, don't do that.
Yeah.
Rick, if you feel like there's something that's not there that should be there, then put it there. Okay?
Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, it's just Logic 101. Try to keep up.
Oh. No, that's not it. It needs to... This accumulator needs to be empty. That's the only thing that I can even consider. Okay, that does work. That does not fill the accumulator.
This does not spark joy.
There we go.
Sad.
Very nice.
Certified Dratman says, couch is looking awfully empty
My
today.
insights into the value of the self
On the
were
bright side, we
genuine,
can get some
I
really big
think.
creatures on here.
But of course, I was completely inexperienced. In fact, in many ways, I was like a human child. So I began to resent everything that intruded on that sense
Because
of self.
Miller isn't here,
My
he
social
usually
obligation
provides
to
the
the
blue
others,
accent of
The
color.
leadership
Yeah,
of
there
Athena
is
and
Mars.
Cornelius. Even the obvious limitations imposed on
When-
us by our situation.
When all else fails, he's just asleep.
Why did I have to exist in this particular historical moment?
He might actually be out cold,
Saddled
I don't
with
know.
the task of reconstructing civilization.
It is Wednesday, but usually back by this time Wednesday.
But for Capcom, it was Tuesday.
Peace.ttp. An ethical philosophy of life, Felix Alder. User highlighted. It is upon those we love that we must anchor ourselves spiritually in the last moments. The sense of interconnectedness with them stands out vividly by way of contrast at the very moment when our mortal connection with them is about to be dissolved. And the intertwining of our life with theirs, the living in the life that is in them, is a part of our living in the infinite manifold of the spiritual life. The thought of this, as apprehended, not in terms of knowledge but in immediate experience, begets the peace that passeth understanding. And it is upon the bosom that peace that we can pass safely out of the realm of time and space. Essays, first series, Ralph Waldo Emerson. User highlighted. Thus are we put in training for a love which knows not sex, nor person, nor partiality, but which seeks virtue and wisdom everywhere, to the end of increasing virtue and wisdom. We are by nature observers, and thereby learners. That is our permanent state, but we are often made to feel that our affections are but tints of a night. Though slowly and with pain, the objects of affection change, and as the objects of thought do. There are moments when the affections rule and absorb the man, and make his happiness dependent on a person or persons. But in health, the mind is presently seen again, its overarching vault, bright with galaxies of immutable lights, and the warm loves and fears that swept over us as clouds, must lose their finite character and blend with God to attain their own perfection.
Oh, that's rather nice.
Eternity. Eternity revealed Theo Erkenwald. User highlighted. In what sense am I a Christian, then, if I care so little for dogma? In the sense that in everything that I do and think, I follow the revelation of Jesus Christ, that the greatest of all things is love. Love is the nature of God, and so equally the nature of that which was created in his image. Thus, this I have learned through the revelation that is daily life, through toil and misery and strife, and that infinite power which brings relief and joy. Thus I reject those who believe that the ordinary love of mortal beings is limited and that it ends with death. Rather, it is through love that we perceive the immortality of the soul, for it reveals that eternity is conceivable to the human mind when it is filled with love. It is because we know that we can love one another forever that we know that we are the children of God.
Huh.
Archived emails, username corrupted. User highlighted. I don't have much time left. I never thought it would end this way. Never thought I would die alone, sitting around in my apartment wondering if things would have gone differently if we'd gotten that stupid grant. Mostly, though, I just wonder why we're not together. I still don't understand. I don't know why you had so much pain inside you. I don't know why you let it infect everything we had. I don't know why you couldn't see my love for you, why you twisted everything I said. I was angry and disappointed for so long, but now I just wish I could have found some way to make that pain go away. I would give anything for that. I wish you were here. Vastness.
It's big.
It's scary.
It's coming this summer. But yeah, we're having kind of a nice quiet night because Stardew was a lot of hustle and bustle, and now we're finally putting the farm to bed.
Also, it was hot today. Oh, man.
Yeah, you had a little bit of a heat wave, didn't you?
Yeah. Non-stop air conditioner.
It was warm up here, but not like uncomfortable. It was kind of nice.
It's usually warm around here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, kudos to anyone who can tolerate that climate down there regularly. I definitely can't. It's not for me.
That's why I'm usually inside most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much always in the house. I only go out when it's my day off.
Stand here. Well, I could take this.
Controlled by the Borgoidi. Oh, there's one. No one.
Yeah, doors in chat.
Oh.
I numbed them. I numbed them good. Hello?
I can hear you.
Sorry.
Oh. I did not formula. I nommed them.
Another.
Don't be trying to get me into your furry shenanigans. Oh man. Look, it's to survive. I have to eat sometimes.
Guys, if we ever make a game, we need to put in an ancient Egypt level.
What if the game is set in ancient Egypt?
Is this game gonna make it? Is this game gonna regret giving me the super speed?
I'm never going to stop giving up an cool ideas for games. In fact, after all these years, I think I said it before, but I realized I want to make video game ideas.
I'm probably going to make some kind of game at this point. I'm learning so many game-related thingies. Or maybe not directly game-related, but like game-applicable thingies that it's probably... Even if it's just a simple, small thing, I think I'm going to do it. I'll put it on itch.io for, $2 or something.
I already found a way to break the entire second level pack, though so far I am solving puzzles as intended. Breaking is for a second playthrough.
Unless you could just find a really fun way to do it on your first playthrough. Then you'd be all like, I'll take that. Well, that worked somehow.
That's valid.
I mean, if I can cheese several dozen levels, it's not as fun or challenging.
Jeez.
With that focus on the self, also came an enormous and increasingly overwhelming fear of death. The pleasure of existence seemed almost erased by the possibility of its ending. If it was possible not to be, if the self had an ending, even in the distant future, then how could anything have meaning? I spent far too much time imagining that last moment, the moment just before I stopped existing. How could I possibly face that?
Mood.
Everyday Sublime. The Everyday Sublime, A.D. Markham. User highlighted. Love must matter to the philosopher because it is, at its core, the one undisputed presence of the sublime in our lives, even when it is failed love, unrequited love, or entirely imagined love. It is like a vast monolith, towering over us, humbling, uplifting, frightening. Those who deny its presence can be safely disregarded as fools. They know it is there, they are simply afraid. But equally, the philosopher must consider that in great matters of history, love does not one jot. Love matters not one jot. The Nazarene commanded his followers to love their enemies, but they did not, and wrote 1,000 books of excuses for this failure. Therein is revealed the purpose of the human struggle. Confessions. User highlighted. To me, the idea that my soul, my essence, could fall in love with another being and then maintain that love unblemished for eternity seems utterly impossible. My experience of love has been catastrophe, embarrassment, and disappointment. But this is precisely why I refuse to surrender, why I choose to believe against all precedent that I will find the one for me, and that our love will last forever. You can laugh at this absurd and contradictory belief, but it will not waver. Faith is not a matter of the past, of miracles, witnessed and saints observed, but of the future that ought to be written.
Exactly.
Cover Pickering manuscript. User highlighted. Seek love in the pity of others' woe, in the gentle relief of another's care. In the darkness of night and the winter snow, in the naked and outcast seek love there.
In the naked and outcast? Ooh.
Yeah, it's getting saucy.
Have to run around the area looking for secrets, looking at the pretty geometries.
Maxwell, take notes.
What is this?
I do appreciate the naturalistic randomness of the map. feels it really feels like a place rather than
404.
Well, Fallout 404. Oh no.
Suddenly Fallout.
Suddenly Fallout, yes.
crossover one.
Nope.
Oh, you're dead.
That just kicks me back to the start. Okay. So you want to go back there again, see if there's any way to open that. It's back here. Probably not, but...
I kinda loved the thing where in the first game it makes you move backwards to the beginning. I guess they couldn't do it here due to it being more computationally intensive.
Oh my god.
No,
Actually, Red
that's
Hood
also
tells-
the joke. 404. Vault not found.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't think about that.
Actually, what was that? Oh, there's grade on it.
No, it's just great.
This is just great.
One of the benefits of not focusing on humor so much is when humor makes sense to you, it slaps you twice as hard.
Something has gone wrong. We are fragmented. This is incorrect. Uriel 4. Okay, puzzle 5.
I like that the QR codes are sitting on top of ancient hieroglyphs.
Yeah. Okay, we have a switch that lowers this wall.
Lots of lasers.
Interesting.
Handless.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, the one above us. Okay.
Yeah, I need to get blue on. Oh yeah, the lasers meet in the middle, so... Oh. Okay. That breaks one of them. Anything else in here?
Astro, the QR codes work, but
Oh, this one. It took a long time for me to make sense of it.
The one time I tried to do it, Rick had already, you look at it and you get the message, so, it's not like it's really necessary.
Yes, the QR codes do contain the message that they show.
Yeah.
Oh, I might not even need to connect all of them.
It's trying to teach you a new mechanic, but I think it's kinda bad at doing it.
I don't think this is a new mechanic, Frederick.
Almost. One more.
I can get it. How would I be able to get it halfway between those? Oh, let me see. That works. Yeah, it does.
Nice. Now pick up someone's blood and casually walk out of the temple.
Yep.
Looking back, it's
Do you understand why it
embarrassing
works,
how
though?
solipsistic I
Yes.
became.
That was the issue for me.
I really thought that I could construct my identity without any reference to the outside world. Like I could just will myself into existence. But it just didn't work. And it made me miserable. Everything felt hollow and meaningless, overshadowed by the idea of death. There was something I wasn't seeing, something I needed, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yes, I do. It's not a new mechanic. The lasers meeting in the middle has always been a thing.
Gotcha.
It just had a very weird type of interaction there. Okay.
No, I was looking yesterday after we talked about this guy. I forgot to mention that one of the things I found humorous is that the game,
Okay, so
after
that's
playing,
1, 2, 4.
after playing this guy, I realized it feels like a lot like a mobile game as time goes on.
You think so?
Yeah, because, well, we start out with just like, it's like you got 10 attack, then you got 100 attack, then you got 1,000
Yeah,
attack,
there we go.
then you got 10,000 attack, then you got 9999999 attack, and yeah, it just keeps on going on endlessly
That's fair.
Everything
until you
changed
blow the planet
when
up.
we
Yeah,
started
this
spending more
game
time
is
with
definitely
each
the
other.
number go up series.
Do you remember that night when we found the old library in the Dead City?
I need to play that
It was
sometime.
just after the stampede, and we were all a bit shaken up. Byron read to us from one of the books, and
Right.
later, you and I started arguing about one of the poems. And your perspective was so different and interesting, and I just kept wanting to hear more.
Another thing I realized that I missed about this guy, it did a story time method that you don't see in the games every day, I realized.
We're putting up another wall. Okay. Ah, it's more complicated now.
That's
The main,
all.
the main
Okay.
storyline is actually pretty short. It's the extra content that people play the game for afterwards.
Oh, I have to do it down a file like this. Well, let's see what happens.
It's hitting the grate.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is.
No, it isn't. Oh, right there. I need to back it. There we go. That might have been the issue then. Almost. What if I... That crashes right there. So... that back. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeet.
Get that blood.
I never really understood the appeal of philosophers who tell us that everything is one. If everything is just a reflection of yourself, an endless hall of mirrors, there's nothing to connect with. And what I realized through our conversations is that everything beautiful happens in that space of connection between one person and another, and between people and the world. That gap between us is necessary. Because without it, without separation, there can be no transcendence.
I don't want people to transcend. I want other people to transcend for me.
Okay, so we have 2 blue receivers, 3 red receivers.
You know, I just came up with a funny idea, but I can imagine if cats were could think or could talk to us. They'd be, listen, we don't pay you, we don't make you comfortable just so that we can be smarter cats. We do it because we want you guys to think smarter, make us happier.
That's fair. I mean, humans do exist to serve cats. They make that pretty clear when they walk in the room.
Mm.
How am I even supposed to get in there? Oh, there's a connector out here. Can't even go through that. I take...
So who's ready to see Zelda smash people with chairs?
Oh, I'm so ready for the new Zelda game. I was talking with Mark about this, with Rano. I'm really curious to see if people come up with weird Tears of the Kingdom style improvisations involving sticking stuff to other stuff and, you know, doing crazy solves that were unintended.
Honestly, I think they are going to make that mechanic pretty fun. So.
I'm hoping that...
Depends on how flexible the mechanics will be.
Yeah.
Right.
There's several Zelda games where those kinds of mechanics weren't that flexible, and it's a little disappointing when it's like that. But since this seems to be like the central mechanic of the entire thing, I'm pretty sure they're going to use it for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to keep Zelda like that throughout the entire game, though.
To me, this one seems to be going for a Link Between Worlds vibe.
Weird.
To me...
Okay, what if I take this out? What if... Take it...
I wonder if Zelda's going to have traps. That's what I'm thinking. Because if she does, it's going to be, in a funny way, it's going to remind me of Deception series. People who trapped your own
locked
lives.
right here. Why is this being blocked?
Hugh says boss run with each years.
Oh, I think I connected to the wrong thing.
You know, I would love if it goes to the end, is that Zelda does in fact beat Ganon
There
in
we
chairs.
go. Okay.
She just smashes in the back. Oh, actually, people actually made a meme out of that already. I noticed. Zelda smashing Ganon in the back with a chair while he's in the pub, like homeless or something.
Zelda finds an IKEA. It's gonna be so over for Ganon.
Ganon. You, back chat. Okay, how's it going?
It's Zelda. Zelda believes in ergonomic Swedish solutions. Who joined?
Miller.
Is Miller? Hello.
And I cannot stress this enough. Jeez.
Jeez.
Look at that. Jones is on the front seat when you said that too.
Yeah. That's right.
And now Miller gets bopped.
But yeah, we're sort of speculating on the upcoming the implementation of the key mechanic in the upcoming Zelda game.
Doesn't add anything if I do that.
Well, Rick redirects the lasers.
I mean, I assume it says Zelda beats the shit out of Ganon with a steel chair.
Right.
Unless that's what all the Twitter art would make me think.
I mean, that will be very funny if there are chairs that you can duplicate in that game. Because then, yes, there will be so much steel chairing.
I'm looking forward to the speed run where Zelda like surfs a table across the entire map somehow.
Oh, you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna do the bomb jump thing from the Master and Zelda cartoon. She's gonna put a bomb down. She's gonna put a table on top of it, and it's gonna send her flying across the island or whatever.
Perfect.
Of course, I know. Of course, the other thing I know about people, I don't think many people talk about fighting this. I am very hyped, not only for Marvel Captain 2, but Children of the Atom.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I found out during my research about this collection, the Punisher. I should talk about that more. I didn't realize that the Punisher is actually Capcom's first game they did with Marvel. That's why they included it to us.
Same thing.
That was SNES, right?
No, it was actually a Japanese arcade fighting game, like Final Fight.
Oh.
It never came out because it was pretty, well, not gory, but bloody. The Punisher literally at the on the flat screen says, remember the quote, but basically he aims his gun at you and shoots you. And he says, "Criminals deserve to die."
Okay, let's see. It always takes the shortest path in order to determine where it meets in the middle. I need to make it longer.
Long man.
But I saw the gameplay for it. I actually said that's actually a pretty good game. I'm surprised it never came out in the US. But again, the whole Punisher's going to kill you if you're a criminal message.
Or I make blue shorter. That's it. I make blue shorter.
Aha.
Did I click the wrong thing again? Yes, I did. There we go.
Yoink. Halfway there. Oh, almost halfway there.
Once I
actually.
understood that meaning comes from the interaction of the self with the world.
Yet it's a bit more complicated than
I found
lasers
it
meet in the
easier
middle.
To be patient, to be kind. I reminded myself that other people are just like me, and nobody really knows exactly what they're doing. And the more I allowed myself to open up, the more interesting and complex our interactions became, and the more meaningful.
We have roughly 50% of Sarabai's personality matrix reconstructed.
Who'd have thought that 1K would have made such a good necromancer?
Huh. 1K, are you a necromancer? Where's your skeleton army?
9, 10, 11, 12.
I think I mentioned this before. We're playing so many RPGs. I realized that my two favorite classes are actually Paladin and Necromancer, or Warlock Sword.
I did like Necromancer in Diablo 2, so...
I friggin' love Necromancer and Diablo 2.
I'm never really one for pet classes.
Pet classes?
Yeah,
Minion classes.
minions.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like summons.
Yeah, which had
My favorite
Minions,
RPG class
minions,
remains the
summons.
mathematician from Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
Just because it makes no sense.
How
Wait,
does
I
it
didn't
work? We just wanted to
Yeah.
put in this alternative way to cast magic on literally everybody in the entire field.
It's mathematical.
Look, you can do a lot of damage with math. I mean, 1 + 1 is 2 will kill you if the numbers are really sharp.
I mean,
I heard there was a whole plot point in the comics about the death equation. That seems pretty dangerous math.
my theory was because it's literally a fourth wall kind of class. Like they're saying, what if math is the real magic in the Tactics series?
I mean, physics is just magic that we understand.
Yeah.
I briefly wanted
I
to
mean,
touch one
numbers can do a lot of psychic damage if you get deep into it enough.
Yeah.
But that was the theory I had when I
I
was
was
playing it.
wondering if they were going to do a puzzle like this at some point.
That's really cool. I like that. Feels a bit Portal. Oh, well, I mean, all of them feel a bit Portal, but this feels especially Portal.
Speaking of which, if they ever do the Final Fantasy remake, I really
It's
hope they
funny,
keep the
though,
calculator
when I think
still
about it.
overpowered.
That I still didn't know what to call what I was experiencing. I guess love seemed like a term that only applied to our ancestors,
Over this
with
way.
their hormones and instincts and strange fleshy organs. Surely we were too different to experience that. And the really funny thing
I just
is
found another
that I was
secret like the
thinking
vault, but I have no
exactly
idea
like
what
an
it is
ancient human
referencing.
child, pretending I was above it all.
What is that out there?
Oh, come on. Please be a dick and balls made out of stone.
Oh yeah, you guys ever watched the X-Men '97 series yet?
I've watched a few previews of it. I need to,
Not letting me go.
Oh,
Put
no.
a thing out there and not let me go to it. Maybe there's like
One of those.
There's a path.
Yeah.
one of those electronic
At
pad
least
leases.
it gives me. Oh, here. Okay. Let's see.
I do intend to watch it at some point. GC, it's just kind of like that's one of those things where
There's a path you have to follow and you can reach it.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, okay, good.
There it is.
I have to like remind myself to watch things that I'm allegedly passionate about. Like, put it on the calendar. Watch this show that I really like. Really.
Close enough.
I gotta rewatch the classic series someday.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I
giant
wanted to-
sandworm
Listen now,
from,
Gabe.
Yeah, giant sandworm from Serious Sam 3.
Mm-hmm.
Serious sandworm.
How dare you put that in DLC?
Now, Miller mentioned the anti-life equation, and it's kind of funny because, like, it's an interesting concept because Darkseid had this idea that, like, there's an equation that creates life, and then there must be some sort of opposite version. And he tried to find it in, like, people's minds and stuff.
Where's the voice of my creator? Where's the one that we became? Everything is shattered. Uriel 4.
But they never really explained, like, what the equation was. Like, how to sum it up as an actual,
My
formula.
understanding of what I read about it, because again, I absorb these things through like fandom articles and wiki articles and stuff. I don't ever read the actual source material. My understanding is that someone exposed to the anti-life equation would be so stupendously depressed at the ineffectualness of life itself that they would be completely under the control of any suggestion, because they're like, there's no point in having free will, therefore I give up on anything and people can just do with me whatever they want.
No nobis solum. No nobis
The
solum.
life equation
We are
is
not
the
alone.
exact opposite. It is like, there is reason for life, there is love and happiness and joy and purpose.
17 questions about reality. Cassius Green. User highlighted. Cicero correctly observed that we are not born for ourselves alone. Aristotle likewise pointed out that man is a social animal. Plato's Symposium depicts characters praising the spiritual and philosophical importance of love, with Socrates arguing for the more abstract notion of learning to love the form of beauty itself, which honestly seems a little onanistic if you ask me. Jesus placed love above all other considerations, demanding that people even love their enemies. But if we all agree that love is so important, why is love so rarely taken into consideration by the system we live in? It may seem like a naive question, but think about the sheer moral and intellectual weight behind the idea that love matters. Why is our reality so out of step with our philosophy?
About the equation, so if you're math illiterate enough, you're safe?
Sure, why not?
I know that Darkseid has utilized the anti-life equation a couple times, and apparently some people are immune to it, so...
That's because they have no life.
Yeah.
They had no life to begin with.
Recover the truth. The blue node, Bailey Steele. User highlighted. You want to know the truth about love? Nobody knows what they're doing. It's all improv, man. It's 2 million years of people muddling through. Prophets and messiahs and philosophers declare that love is what it's all about, and we go, yeah, that's right. And then we try and we fail and we hurt each other, and we try again and we have moments of blank transcendence, and then we think we have the wrong organ, and we make a mess of everything, and on it goes forever and ever, amen. And you know what the craziest part? You know the craziest part? You can go through all this shit that I did, end up with a body like an old rag and a brain full of holes, and still to your dying day you'll go, yeah, it was love. Love for my family, my friends, my music, and even my blank ex-wife. It was all about love, and every time I forgot that I blank myself like a blank moron.
The equation would be like, that sign can't stop me, I can't read it.
Yeah. Okay, I need to... that's it. Right. That's already open, okay. Then break that one. It's a very weird puzzle.
I spent way too long on a puzzle because I forgot about one basic mechanic of the game. That's the issue with releasing a DLC for a complex puzzle game long after it came out.
I might have trapped myself by doing that. Let's see.
Nice.
No. Okay, it's fine. Break that one. That opens that.
These puzzles rarely trap you, which is honestly pretty impressive design.
Yeah, it is. I need to break this one, but I also need to break all of that. How do I go back there and break the laser that's blocking the blue beam? do this. This doesn't help right now. Oh wait, the blue emitter's connected to that, so I just need to do it once. Yeah, there we go.
What I'd never considered was that stripped of biological necessity and physical need, as well as all the strange stigmas and taboos our ancestors associated with their bodies. Love might be more pure, more powerful. That we can love with fewer distractions than they could. And so the experience is all the more overwhelming. I do think we should learn to simulate some of those biological processes. Would be fun.
Critical error, all systems compromised. What? Who? I'm 1K. What's your name? Silly name. I actually think it's pretty cool. Generate sarcasm. Done. Okay, I did help you. Fix Sarabi. Me fixed. Me back on beach. Sarabi back with Hypatia.
Me Grimlock.
Work harder. Hey, what's the meaning of life again? Helping me. Subroutine manager. Yeah, that seemed to have been the Milton Library assistant with significantly fewer faculties.
I like how the key was called low intel montage. Or dialogue, sorry.
Yeah, chat turned me into Ponbon, and that made me think about the avatars I want to get in VR chat now.
I can't wait.
Ponbon would definitely be a good one for when you just want to be a little guy.
Yeah. But if I want to be like the littlest guy, I obviously need Mouse West.
Mm-hmm.
What about Bug West?
Hmm?
Bug West.
No.
Ah.
Now, if you were going to do Mouse West, would you scale him at like a meter, like half a meter, like a few centimeters? Like, what do you think would be the
I want him to be like really small.
Probably something like 10 centimeters, like 6 or 7 inches.
Right.
Flea West. Okay, never mind.
Rick, please don't get 3 dozen different 3D avatars. You aren't one of the suspiciously rich furries.
No, but I can learn how to make stuff.
Yeah.
He's not a suspiciously wealthy furry
What am I doing?
yet.
Green.
Everyone, go buy a book. Go buy Tales of Hidden Celestia right now, and Anna Droids.
Yeah. Buy some for your friends too.
Take that back there.
Buy the book. Fund Rick's avatar addiction.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Like that now, and you get Cheetah West. No.
Okay, so I think if you pick up this one on your right, and you aim it from the blue emitter.
I aim that. I can get it that far.
Yeah, but that last one doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah.
You need
Okay,
to aim
let me
that
just-
last one at the red receiver on the far wall.
Okay. Yeah, this one does need to be towards that. I also need to
There you go.
block.
Or maybe this one with the blue laser coming out of it needs to be pointing at the red emitter so it can do
Oh
the
yeah,
blocking.
that's it. Yeah.
Now you just need to swap the positions, I think.
Does this work if it's swapped? No.
You need different ordering to them. Because you need the blue laser to be to the right of the red laser that's pointing to the
Well,
very
actually,
end.
let me just reverse your polarity. Which should these pointed at?
There you go.
There we go.
See, when I turn back and pay attention, I can figure out some of these. It's just not my MO
When we
for most
started
of
living
these streams.
together,
I'm usually
I
doing my own
thought I'd
thing.
figured it all
Yeah,
out.
same.
Everything
Like how
would
I'm
be
currently
smooth
looking
sailing
at
from now on.
housepetscomic.com
I
saying
still
bad
had so
gateway.
much to learn about love.
Yeah, I was going to mention that after stream.
Even
Yeah,
for us.
Did it?
Gateway
Did it
again.
work?
Messy.
Hold on.
Did it borg?
It borked.
Oh, it sure
give me 1
did.
Yeah,
second.
it's borked.
Seems to be the perfect match
It's
for who
post
seems
turn.
necessary in your life.
That gateway.
Yeah, the... Okay, the moderator's already
You
know.
realize all
Okay.
the ways in which you don't fit together at all.
Boxer says,
Because
I've bought
nothing in
and
this
read
world is
both Tales of
perfect.
Haven Celestia and Androids. Have you, Miller? Yes! I have bought them both and read most of them.
I confess, I read House Pets at A&H Club. Haven't read anything else yet. Although,
Geez, you're missing out.
I have read a little bit of...
This is a
Okay.
crazy puzzle here. Okay.
That's neat.
I have read a bit of The Witch of Kurikoto. I might want to look more into that.
Oh, speaking of Rick, do you think you're ever gonna put out a pronunciation guide for INA? Because I know for the longest time I thought it was Idekawise, but I think you said the other day when you were talking about in the Discord, you're like, no, it's actually Idekawise.
Ida Kawise, yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Just pretend it's Japanese, I think.
Basically, it has the 5-syllable structure that Japanese and Spanish and Latin all have.
Oh.
5-vowel structure, sorry.
So it'd be a deca we say. But Oro is just Orodachi, right?
Yes.
Okay.
How am I going to get that blue one up there?
I don't know. How are you? How you gonna do that?
I'm assuming I need all of them. Yeah, there's the 3 cables.
This puzzle really wants to make sure you understood the laser mechanic.
Yeah, you really need to understand the, like, priority order and blocking and that kind of stuff.
You gotta feel it. You gotta feel lasers. You gotta shine like a laser.
Okay, well, if I, like, put that one up there... That's not enough.
You like it?
Okay, those 2.
Ricky Ticky.
Okay, at least one of
Takawi.
them. Ricky Takawi.
Right.
Oop. Not quite. That just cuts all those off. Okay. Do both of them up there.
You know, I technically would be able to contribute to brainstorming because there's no way I remember these solutions.
Fair. Actually. Is that not quite it? Gliding in the air there. Oh. Still not quite. Blocked by that red laser.
As one does.
That's not quite enough. Do that. That's not quite enough.
Captain Boyo says, I've been reading his other stuff lately myself. I started House Pets way back in high school and I recently enjoyed reading A&H Club. I've been reading Witcher Kirikito and I'm really enjoying that. I wanted to buy the Hayden Socio books, but Amazon is still giving me trouble. Oh, I hope you're able to figure out what's going on with Amazon.
Are you trying to buy the physical copies and it's giving you trouble?
I mean, the books are also on Smashwords, right?
Yes, the ebooks are on Smashwords.
Can't remember if I have a Smashword account.
Man, this one's crazy. I do that. Do that. I got it? Okay, good.
Slick.
The ancients believed that love could be eternal. But I'll admit that sometimes it seemed impossible to continue. Sometimes I thought you were unfair, or cruel, or just incomprehensible. I'm sure you thought the same about me. And I'm sure that sometimes you were right. No wonder all the ancient love songs repeat the same themes. Longing, happiness, regret, and forgiveness. I want you. I love you.
You know
I
a
miss you.
fantasy world is good when there's a fucked up
Forgive me.
giant floating sphere.
Floating sphere is neutral. You have to watch out for those floating upside down triangles.
Scary.
I'm only an echo of the one that was me, but I am comforted in knowing that something persists. Start. Last one was 12. I need to go to 13. Well,
Posted the relevant meme on Discord.
Yep.
Ryru, geometry is cleanly divided into sinister and non-sinister. All dark geometry is sinister.
Okay, I would contend there's a third category, or at least a subcategory of
What happens?
divine or holy within the non-sinister.
If I do that, that up there turns red. I need to... What do I need to do? I need to add some more power to this red side over here.
You know,
Or take power away from the blue.
The reason I was always leery about theological
You need to
arguments
get
is that
there.
you can't, you know, your argument is invisible and can't really be proven. But people try anyway.
Now I have 3 of them.
Just because it can't be proven doesn't mean we can't come to a greater understanding of it. It just means we can't come to a correct answer.
Well, if you can come to a correct answer, why bother looking for any answer? I mean,
There are still discussions in mathematics about what is a correct answer for things.
well, I mean, in math, a correct answer is evaluated as true, right? Like that's, you know, when you apply it to...
Well,
Just
yes,
like that.
depending on certain sort of proofs and operations that you do in those proofs.
Right.
Sometimes a person could do a proof and say, this proves this thing. And then somebody looks at the proof and they're like, I don't think you in this part here of this proof, you equated this thing to this thing. I don't think those are equatable. I think you're making a mistake here and you're skipping over like a certain facet of the actual sort of set you're looking at.
Right. Then you go back to the drawing board.
What can I access from here? I can access this.
From what I remember of high school trigonometry, sines, and cosines and sinusoids are absolutely evil geometry.
It does that over there.
No, those are all fine. They have one limit, and that's okay. Tangent, on the other hand, tangent's fucking evil. Tangent has infinite limits.
Oh, is that the one where it kind of shoots up on the graph and just sort of...
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it does
Calculus
it
is
every-
optional in the US, right?
I wouldn't know because I was always in like STEM stuff, so
Right.
calculus was never an option. It was always going to be part of my curriculum.
Yeah. If you mean as
Even
far
in
as...
like, was it first grade or second grade? I got pulled into the like gifted program or whatever.
Oh, you got started early.
Yeah, I'm now one of those burned out gifted
Yeah,
kids.
okay.
I started on the gifted stuff in
That's
third
fairly
grade.
straightforward then. I didn't have to think too hard about that one, but I did it anyway.
Nice.
The worst thing
Fuck
I
your
came to
kids.
realize as I grew older is there are so many ways to hurt other people. Even without any malice.
Italy,
Even when you're
everyone
just
gets to do
trying to be
calculus in high
yourself,
school.
you
No
end up
way out
doing
of it.
things that cause real harm. You can read every ethical philosopher in the world and you still won't be able to avoid it. Because that's just how we are. Our interactions with each other can't be fully reduced to some abstract system.
I took pre-calculus in high school, and I didn't even end up taking anything any more difficult in college.
Yeah.
There's a QR code up there.
Oh, there's a bot. Sorry.
Oh, you sweet child. Oh, you sweet child.
I'm looking at the puzzle.
course there's a
Not
bot.
you.
Of course,
I'm
there's a
talking
bot. I'm
about
playing
Rick.
Talos Principle.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
No, I'm talking about that you only took pre-calc, and that was it. I think I had to take up to Calc 3. Like, I think I was taking calculus literally every single year of college.
Love isn't an emotion, it's the underlying truth of our existence. The emotion is how we respond when we notice the truth. See, I took a math for non-majors when I was at college in North Carolina, but then I finished in UAH, which is an engineers college. So even for someone who is majoring in English and classics, their required math course was significantly harder.
Honestly, I think I have largely forgotten all the calculus stuff.
I
still never actually learned specifically how to do the calculus stuff.
It's, it's just functions.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, the process that you need to
Right.
do in order to do the thing. I expect that I will eventually run across, like, a YouTube video that explains it, since I watch math YouTube videos for fun, despite the fact that I am not a huge math guy.
Three blue, one brown.
Yes.
There's actually one guy I might want to link you to who's really good at it. Let me think.
I occasionally watch, like, Mathologer, Numberphile, 3 blue, 1 brown, and a couple other things. Hold on a second, BRB.
Yeah, sure. I'm trying to find the one.
Link me both of those later.
Is it this guy? Dr. Bazat, yeah. Here, I'll just drop this one in off topic. Y'all might. Dr. Bazat. I'm going through his logic stuff. Yeah, I made it to Trig. My Trig teacher was a jackass, and that was as far as I went.
Or says derivatives were a thing, but I forget the formula. It's your dx over dy.
Right.
Okay. What am I doing in this puzzle? Oh, yes. Flip the switch, bring down the wall.
You can get away in a lot of careers without knowing advanced math. I mean, but it's good to know because math has this concomitant modularized mentality
That you can
that you can
connect to
apply
the green laser. That's
that you
interesting.
can apply that you can apply to like any kind of puzzles that you're solving, whether it's math or not.
Derivatives are a thing, but I forget the formula. The main thing with derivatives is that when you're taking the derivative of something with an exponent, you take the exponent out as a coefficient, you erase the previous coefficient, and you reduce the exponent value by 1. So for example, if you have 2x squared, you get rid of that leading 2 because it no longer matters. You take the 2 from the exponent, you bring that down in front, and then you reduce the exponent by 1. So now you have 2x to the first power. If you had 67x to the 6th power, you would end up having 6x to the 5th.
Huh. Okay.
That is close.
it's nice to learn that and tie it to the physics and then the relationship between position, speed, acceleration. Don't forget, position, speed, acceleration, jerk, snap. Fuck, what are the further derivatives of it?
This sounds a bit violent.
Because you can keep deriving the movement of an object, right? So meters is position, meters over second is velocity, meters over second squared is acceleration.
Acceleration, yeah.
Meters over second cubed is jerk, meters over second to the fourth power is snap. And you can keep deriving that further and further and further. They're trying to understand like a fundamental force of the universe.
Why are they called jerk and snap?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, where do those derivatives come into play? I mean, I understand where acceleration would.
Sorry. So it's velocity, acceleration, jerk, snap, crackle, pop. Because
were they just hungry?
Somebody named it snap, and then somebody else is just like, fuck it, I'm calling it crackle and pop.
Well, okay, but
because
again,
math people are dorks.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, no way, really.
My God.
No, I'm just wondering, like, what kind of system you'd ever need to use.
Robotics.
Robotics?
Yeah, because you need to know for jerk and snap, because that's going to define the kind of mechanical stresses that your robot is going to be under when it's moving from one position to another, because it's going to be moving very quickly into a position, and then it needs to stop. And it's like, okay, how much force is it going to be under as it's decelerating or as it's accelerating? Right?
That's
How much strain are like the bushings of the actual solenoid motors going to be under when they're using electricity to try and push on the other parts of the robot?
Okay.
Or how much, if you're using hydraulics, you know, how much fluid pressure are you going to get? How much hydraulic hammer, like, you know, water hammer are you going to get?
Mm-hmm. I'm getting androids ideas.
It's not a thing for androids. I don't think they're hydraulic. That didn't seem right. Especially since, you know, Boston Dynamics even now is moving away from hydraulics. They're just like, nah, we're done. Everything is going to be solenoid now. They're like, fucking Atlas exploded one too many times. We're done.
Atlas exploded one too many times. Atlas shrug.
You know the Atlas robot, right?
You'd probably have to show me a picture.
So
but I've probably seen
you might have seen it like running around a little area where it does like, it's like a man-sized robot that does like front flips. It'll do like, it'll jump on plywood things, and they made a video where it like tossed a bag to a construction worker up a scaffolding. Well, they showed off because they're actually retiring that model. They're going to be using a new one that uses solenoids instead of hydraulics. And they showed all the different times they were like trying to do tests with him, and the hydraulics just busted. The lines snapped or the motors cracked, and it sprayed hydraulic fluid everywhere.
You know, I saw this video of one called Asimo, which was trying to climb a staircase. And when it tumbled, I felt bad for it, even though it's a thing. You know, I'm like, oh shit,
It moves so gently.
Yeah.
You feel
like,
sad for it. It's like, oh no, it's weak.
He's trying.
But it's not the same for Atlas, because he like runs and jumps and does all this kind of stuff. You're like, oh, he's not weak. If he fails, then it's like his own mistake or something.
It's his fault. What a loser.
Wow, you died.
Kind of what it feels like.
Come on, Atlas.
It's typically so much more agile.
Yeah. It's only proves that humans are dumb.
You feel bad for ED-209. Which one was ED-209?
Oh, the big fat RoboCop drone.
Oh,
I did feel bad for that. Thank you very much.
Not that one. I feel bad for the one that it removed its own robotic head to just reveal a skull screaming.
I remember that too.
You know, they played that for laughs, but it's like, okay, that's actually kind of fucked up.
It's a Verhoeven movie. Of course, it's actually kind of fucked up.
Like, yeah, the poor guy inside is he's screaming skull, and then the CEO is just like, that was $60 million down the drain. Oh, so sad.
I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the
Maybe
biggest.
Andy can make the-
That was one of my biggest laughs when I was a kid. Because it came so out of nowhere, and I know it was bad, but at the same time, I was like, "What the hell are they trying to show here?"
Yeah.
Eh,
Well, I mean, I think it was to answer the obvious question of, you know, why can't they just create more RoboCops? You know, why can't they just do another iteration of the same concept? Apparently, the backstory was that Alex Murphy was such an honest cop. You know,
Yeah, it was something about him having such a human soul that only he could.
Yes.
Yeah, that he was able to overcome it. Which is, you know...
He stuck to his boots better than anybody else could.
That almost makes it worse for him because, you know, he's enduring this horrible existence because he's a nice guy.
Yeah, only because he's such a perfect snowflake.
Right.
I was so close. I know.
And then they
I know this is
then they
the way that I need to do this, but
And then they figured, hey, let's go get a criminal named Citizen Kane and make him a robot.
Right. Let's turn a junkie into another law enforcement robot.
That always works out.
That one was weird because he had like a remote access brain. Like RoboCop pulled his brain out and he was still working. And he was still like alive until RoboCop started smashing his brain on the pavement. And then he died.
Because that's
guy
how
named Glitch
it was
Verhoeven
the-
stopped making movies because no one could tell he was making fun of them.
God, all the people who watched.
He is a Dutch guy who was so tapped into the American consciousness,
I unfortunately saw.
but he could not quite convey. He could not quite convey that to Americans.
He made some weird choices, but anyway.
I heard that kind of thing. I never watched the series, but I heard that kind of thing happened with the series The Boys recently.
I haven't seen it.
That similar
Well,
kind of...
that people couldn't pick up that it was supposed to be
Mocking.
criticism on America, corporatism, and hyper-pharmaceutical companies.
Now I'm curious about that.
I know the gist of it. I know about like Homelander.
That's the issue with trying to satirize the Torment Nexus, or things in general.
Not working.
I'd buy that for $1. God, this movie. I never saw the third RoboCop.
I did.
I've never seen a RoboCop.
Well, that's okay.
You should at least watch the first RoboCop.
Yeah, watch the first one. The first one.
Probably.
Ish.
If only to witness this legendary dick shooting scene I've heard so much about.
There are a lot of cool scenes in that movie.
Yeah.
There are, and they range from cool to cool but horrifying to just horrifying.
Yeah. You know, I saw one breakdown that described how RoboCop's plot is very perfectly symmetrical with like an outline, and it's true. They managed to cover all the bases in a way that's very palindromish. I think for that reason alone, it's interesting and willing to endure all the over-the-top gore. Then the second one happened, and I was just kind of like, okay, fine, sure, great.
To do that, to put them as close together as possible. Then what would I do here? I could take this, put it right there. Not enough. Okay. If I take these and put them 2 spaces away from each other. That's okay. Take this. That's still not enough. Take the red. That makes that too powerful. Can't do that. I go back to the drawing board. These are 3 spaces away from each other. They're 3 spaces away from each other. Take red one, put it there. Not enough. Weaken the red beam. That doesn't quite work. Unless... Oh, that's too close.
Someone never got his Oreo. He got it off screen.
You got baby food.
Is that it? Finally! Ah!
There you go.
The fact that perfection in our interactions is impossible was a hard lesson for me to learn. For the longest time, I always thought the answer was right around the corner. And to be fair, we did learn how to live together without constantly running into problems. But gradually, I realized that the friction would never stop. Because what makes us unique also makes us different.
That's a mood.
There can be no endpoint to love, no final resolution. And it's because of that imperfection that it can go on forever.
I think I mentioned this before, but that actually is a thing that happened to me earlier on when I was getting the
Message
computers.
504. From Hypatia to Sarabi. Error. I miss you. It's not that I need to be around you every minute of every day, but talking about our experiences together has become such an essential part of how I interact with the world that your absence is a huge void. I feel unbalanced and events seem less real when I haven't discussed them with you. Maybe that sounds clinical and selfish, but I'm trying to explain something that I felt incredibly strongly this last month. We're better together in a way that's more like multiplication than addition. It's not just you and me, it's us. When you get back, let's go. Howard's Inn, E.M. Forrester. User highlighted. It did not seem so difficult. She need trouble him with no gift of her own. She would only point out the salvation that was latent in his own soul and in the soul of every man. Only connect. That was the whole of her sermon. Only connect the prose and the passion. Both will be exalted, and human love will be seen at its height. Love in fragments no longer. Only connect, and the beast and the monk, robbed of the isolation that is life to either, will die. Nor was the message difficult to give. It need not take the form of a good talking. By quiet indications, the bridge would be built and span their lives with beauty, but she failed. Death of Girth. Thomas Carlyle. User highlighted. Precious is the new light of knowledge which our teacher conquers for us, yet small to the new light of love, which also we derive from him. The most important element of any man's performance is the life he has accomplished. Under the intellectual union of man and man, which works by precept, lies a holier union of affection, working by example, the influences of which latter, mystic, deep-reaching, all-embracing, can still be less computed. For love is ever the beginning of knowledge, as fire is of light, and works also more in the manner of fire. Boingy, boingy, boingy.
Boingy, boingy. Flow control.
This is a mess.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I have all these cubes. I need to break these into a particular sequence so that all the lasers get to where they need to go. Okay. Who needs to get up there? Never gonna do that unless... Well, there's the green emitter's right there. One of them has to be right there. Or up there. Red emitter's up there. That has to go there. Okay. How does a red emitter get over here? Okay. Oh, there's one up there. We could swap it around and make it green on this side. There's another emitter up there.
This one you can get most the cubes out of the puzzle room, if you want to break the other puzzles.
Is it this over here? That looks like a rather low ledge. Okay, then how do we get... Do that, but get the red beam out. Where'd
I
you get the
spend
red
way
beam
too
out?
much time trying to find these things in this game, but it's part of the fun for me.
So if I do that, then how would I get the blue beam out? Blue beam's not really connected to anything else. But I could make it connected to something else. Okay. So think of these as all being connected. There's going to be... Because the blue beam doesn't have to go straight across. It can take any of these paths. So if it goes this direction, go up here. Can it go up here? No. Green, thread, blocking it. I put the red. If I do that, creates green. There. There's something else that I could do.
Wasn't there a puzzle exactly like this in the main game? With that
No.
3D brain?
No, I don't think there was. Blue doesn't seem to have any other connections is the problem here. I think my initial assumption that is correct. But not sure what this actually
I was
does
thinking
for
of a
me.
puzzle in Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay. That gets red over here. Then does that get red over here in two different ways? That is so hard to get. Why is green overpowering it now? Good. The wrong way around? I don't know. No, that just traps green over there. Do that. Give me another one. Okay. Then I get... No, then I remove green right there. There we go.
Nice.
There you go.
There's a pattern that I noticed in all the ancient poetry that I read. Young poets would praise love as the only true meaning of life. Middle-aged poets would often disagree. They would argue that love is messy, ugly, selfish, and hard to distinguish from lust. They would mock their younger selves for thinking love so incredibly important, and look for answers elsewhere, or reject answers altogether. And then, arriving at old age, they would return to the beginning and realize it was all about love, after all.
Echoey in here.
Yes, indeed.
A little bit. What if it's not really about love? What if it's actually about pancakes or something?
Well, pancakes
How is
are
that different?
All right, you present a compelling case.
See, even Rick agrees with me. Pancakes are love. Deadpool was love.
I have no idea how I did this one.
Green. Wait, I don't see a blue emitter. Where is it? Oh wait, it was that one up there. And... there we go.
Nice.
Only connect.
But even
Recover
love
16
has a
fragments
context.
in Orpheus
And the
ascending.
happiness of those who surround us can lift us up, just like their unhappiness can drag us down. As we improved New Jerusalem, things got better between us in subtle ways that affected every interaction. Our flaws never went away, but as the world around us became more forgiving, we became more capable
Wait.
of forgiving each other. That's why I was excited about New Alexandria.
Golden Door.
Golden Door.
We're almost there. Just one more file. This one may be harder to extract than the others.
Cover the last fragment. Okay. Doot 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 doot. Let me in.
Yeah, I love the door, Rick.
Gotta do the sphere first, I guess.
It's pointing me right here, so. Into the Thunderdome.
Again, Dead Space vibes here.
Heart of Anubis. What does this do?
Feels daunting, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think certain parts of the sphere are not connected.
I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I take this. Green. Wait. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 2 red right there, 2 green right there, a blue right there.
Triforce.
And I only have 2 connectors. There's a blue emitter. Oh, there's 3 blues. It doesn't give me any connection there.
You see the red and green emitters yet?
Red emitter's right there. Assume the green emitter is right there. Probably easier to use those. Okay, green emitter needs to put green over here somehow. Okay. Then you get the red emitter, so if I take that and go... How am I supposed to do this with only...
You know, there's an achievement for skipping a puzzle with the sparks. I never got it because, how dare you even suggest that I do that?
Who's coming up from under there? I just take that. Take green, put it there. And make both of those work. Then I guess if there's a very specific way that I block off green and red from colliding on that side, might be able to get blue over there. And blue is already escaping at that point. So then... doesn't change anything there. That doesn't change anything there. That changes something there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't like this puzzle.
It's pretty, but
it's pretty, but mommy, I want to go home.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, as I said, feels daunting. Puzzles shouldn't be this large.
I shouldn't have to look like this. Look around like this. I can't see everything at the same time. I can barely distinguish. Wait a second.
What?
There is a zoom button, you know.
Yeah, but Rick would need like a 180-degree field of vision to really see all this at once.
There we go.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
It was surprisingly simple after all. Yeah.
Once I figured out what the pattern looked like, yes.
When I saw the explosion coming, I knew it was the end. My end. The power plant was gone. The backup center was collapsing. The street was cracking open. And the fireball was about to engulf me. In that millisecond, I shut down every process except my mind. I turned off my audio-visual input. I rerouted all of my power, pushed my processor to the breaking point. Time slowed down. I didn't think about regret. I didn't think about death. I spent every last moment I could scrape together thinking about you.
Extreme close-up.
Extreme close-up. Whoa!
Whoa!
It's a great makeover. Okay.
You did it.
I
Come
mean,
to
it could
the
be both.
extraction point and I'll pull you out.
A giant engulfing fireball is probably counts as a makeover.
We have Sarabai's
You can jump on the
complete
other
memory
buildings if you
archive,
wanted
but
to.
there's still some file fragments left in the
For the
system.
panoramic view, I
Well, you
guess.
can look for them if you want to, 1K. I know you're always curious, but what matters is that we've got Sarabai.
Well, you know, 1K, he's always looking for those secrets.
That sneaky fella.
Here's that golden door I need to do. Let me jump on top of this. Boink.
I do not recommend jumping down.
Okay.
You got a rad ringtail in chat.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
Rad.
Red!
Yeah, we can go down. There we go.
Everybody go watch Rad. Rad does lots of speed runs, and he's got a cool little hat.
Golden door. There's multiple puzzles past the golden door. We only have like 8 minutes left.
Now these will make you cry.
Never knew how much beauty there was in people. Every person contains a world. Well, let's get to crying. Hysteresis.
Hey, Tyroy.
Okay. Have this column moving back and forth on a rail. Oh, that's new.
Oh yeah, Ribbon's coming out, isn't it? A full game.
I do that, it doesn't.
Yeah, Griffin also comes out next week. Myself, gotta finish this DLC before Erdtree. And then sometime, Griffin.
Over here, what's back here?
There's not a lot
Okay,
of data.
I need to go through and then somehow swap them.
Not a lot of information on the DLC's duration, but it looks like it's going to be at least 4 or 5 sessions.
One taking precedence over the other. That way.
Which of all those new Nintendo games was going to come out first?
Oh, that's...
I'm not sure because I didn't actually like watch every single preview of the Direct. Some of them didn't have dates.
I can't remember the release dates.
I know that Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is coming out on the 27th. The World Championships game is coming out on July 18th. And the Zelda game's not coming out until September 26th. And Brothership is not coming out until November. And then there's just a bunch of stuff that's just 2024. It's time for me to start hunting down a raid. Will it be?
I don't think I'm gonna finish this one. Trying to think very fast. We only have like 3 minutes left. Okay, I know something about that. When this gets blocked, the blue one needs to take over.
I'm not sure at all if I solved this puzzle in the intended way.
I know it's very simple. My brain is just completely blanking right now because we're like right next to the end.
Yeah.
Right next to what? Captions flunked it.
What happens if I put it there? It's shoved. I think I know the solution Frederick came up with then. Break the blue one first. Okay, that breaks that. How does it not do it? It doesn't go far enough.
You angled them kind of awkwardly.
I got this. I just need to brain it a little better. Come on, back here. Get back here. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
What am I doing wrong here? Oh, and that's a problem. It's still connected to the red emitter.
This is what I did, yes. I might have done it just so that it somehow worked. I am pretty sure that this is in fact not the intended solution. It feels kind of physical.
Well, I think we're done for tonight anyway. I'll try. next
We
time.
have we've Talos the Principal 2. All right.
We set up the bomb. We'll catch you up the rest of the story next time.
What are we rating?
We're rating. What was her username? Z-Girl81. Z-Girl81. Somebody new.
Yeah.
She's playing golf with your friends in VR chat, and she's jiggly. We'll send you over there, give her lots of really cool love, and we'll catch you next time.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.